I found out that she does this, so you never know where you're gonna.
There's a lot of people in this town that don't know that. And
You
that's
gotta keep moving,
work
keep
on.
them, yeah. Stick with me, I'll introduce you to them. Great, and next we have Rachel Sines from Madisonville CrossFit. And has anyone ever been over to the CrossFit gym box? Anyone?
I'm so proud of you for calling it box.
I know, they wouldn't know what I was talking about. This is like CrossFit is the coolest thing. I work on a lot of their clients and members, whatever you call them.
We send store people to
Yeah,
our
so I was like, thank you CrossFit for the business. But it's a community. It's not just a gym. It's not a place just to work out. These people are, and they're kind of into boosting each other up too and being part of the community. It's really cool. And Rachel and her husband have started a really cool thing in this community. So take it away.
See, I don't know if I need to say anything. You're said it all. So, that's awesome. Okay, we had these awesome slides and tons of pictures and everything, but apparently he doesn't want to work with us today. So I'll just go from here. It's cool. You guys get to listen to me. So my husband is actually currently at the gym coaching a class right now, so he can't be here, so you guys get me. We opened up in June of last year. Since then, we have seen a great amount of growth and a really good community support. So the very first thing that everyone asks is, all right, cool, what is CrossFit? And Carol did a really good job with it's not just a gym, but so I'm going to give you a really brief overview. CrossFit is actually a national company. It's actually worldwide. It started in 2000. Greg Glassman decided that he wanted a different type of fitness. So he got rid of equipment, started training people in his garage. Flash forward 15 years. There's now over 10,000 affiliates worldwide. You can see the CrossFit Games on ESPN for the past 3 years, so definitely becoming something that's becoming more of a household name. CrossFit's defined really easily by two good sayings. I'll say it and you guys will still stare at me like, cool, I have no idea what you just said. It's broad, generalized fitness. All right, what that means is that we do a little bit of everything. The best way to explain it is we specialize in not specializing. I know it sounds kind of odd, but we want you to be good at life. We don't want you to be the best at being able to run a marathon or be the strongest person in the room. We want you to be able to chase after your kid. We want you to be able to help somebody lift a couch. That's what we want. So the broad generalized fitness is we just help you do everyday things. It is constantly varied. We change things up every single day. In the 300 plus days we've been open, we have probably only done 10 workouts the same. Everything has been different every single day. So that really helps a lot of people. One, we don't hit plateaus quite as much in our fitness journeys. And two, it just keeps it really nice and lively and it keeps people guessing. Last, it's functional movement. That is, in my opinion, the absolute biggest thing that everybody needs to know. Functional movement. If anyone picked something up off the floor today, whether it be your purse, you dropped your keys, you picked up your shoe, you did a deadlift. Awesome job. So, I mean, that's really what it is. It's a functional movement. You do moves every single day. When you sat down in your chair, you did a squat. If you put something up on a shelf, you did a shoulder press. And those are the moves we get people going. We no longer rely on machines. Our fitness facility is, when you walk in, it's a nice big open space. We have this beautiful rig that was, actually I have to give a huge shout out to, we're good friends with people down at LEI Products, and we were able to custom make a rig, a pull-up station that also has squat stations in it and everything that we were able to add in there. But that's really the only equipment you see in the entire gym. We make machines, we don't use them. So it's a really easy way to say it. Derek and I are, like she said, the owners and operators of the gym, but we actually have 6 trainers at our facility. Our classes are run as group classes, but in a different group classes you would normally know. When you come in, we go from a warm-up to a strength, to the workout, to a cool-down. So we take you within the hour from point A to point Z. Your entire workout is planned for you. There is absolutely no question as to what you are doing. We are there to help the entire time. So all 6 of these trainers, we are all CrossFit certified. Derek and I have numerous other certifications. He tends to go more towards like the weightlifting side of things and more of the function. I definitely go more of the mobility and how the body works and making sure we're doing moves safely and effectively. For anyone who has, and I know no one's been over there, but we are in the old Pendley Automotive building. And everybody, when we tell them that, they're like, Pendley Automotive, what? Like that place was an automotive shop and you put a gym? It's very cool. We walked in there and we saw a gym. I think everybody looked at us like we were absolutely nuts when we told them we were going in there. But we encourage everybody to stop by. Completely different. I wish I had a picture because the before and after is pretty dramatic. But we have absolutely loved it over there. It's been really nice, and it's a different feel of a gym than what your normal like fitness or Y or anything like that is, which is fun. One of the things that they asked us to talk about was what was one of our biggest obstacles. I will tell you our biggest obstacle is pricing. Bringing CrossFit to Madisonville, in certain areas like New York where everything is more expensive, you're talking $250 a month for a gym membership in a CrossFit gym. So bringing price points to Madisonville is a little bit different for us. I know Sally just mentioned that a lot. Different trips are going to be more. But so we are more expensive than any other gym in town, and we can guarantee it. However, our value, we can also guarantee that you will get great value from it. As I talked about, we have 6 trainers. It's ideally like having a personal trainer the entire time you're in. Whether the class is 2 people or 15 people, every single person, when they come in, they have their workout planned. They also have personal attention the entire time. So say we're going through a strength portion and we're doing something like working on squats. As trainers, we are walking around giving people tips, making sure we're doing moves safely and efficiently and effectively, and you're getting the most from your workout. So the entire time, there's a lot of feedback we've gotten is that everyone feels a lot safer than if they went to the gym. And a lot of times, you know, we go in there, I myself, even though being a very active person my entire life, go into a gym sometime and I'm like, hey, this machine looks cool, I'm gonna do this one today. It's very hard to be very structured on your own. So it's nice because it takes the thought and the effort out of it, other than you give your all and you get a great workout. And that's really what the benefit is there. So getting people in the door because they see the price is the hardest part, but I will tell you, once we have them, our retention rates are extremely high. We do not lose members. And it's really cool. Anyone that has come and gone, we still stay in touch with. In the gym industry, it's very common to only hope that 25% of the people paying will show up at your gym. You actually want people to not come back in. At our gym, we will send you an email if you don't show up in 2 weeks. We'll give you a call. We care about every single member that we have, and that's what makes us so different. So the value that we're able to build with that is extremely high, and everybody, we honestly have not done much marketing at all. Everything is word of mouth. It's great. Our members talk us up extremely high, which is fantastic. Last but not least, like Carol said, we are a community. The best thing about it is we do not focus just on outward fitness. We know that fitness encompasses everything. It encompasses your mind, and it also encompasses your overall health. So we have volunteered at Breaking Bread. We are planning our 2nd annual Patrick Rudd Project memorial workout. We do a lot with the community to get a lot of involvement and just get people getting healthier is our absolute goal. Bottom line, we want a healthy Madisonville. We want a healthy Kentucky, and we want people to enjoy their life and live it a little bit fuller. I cannot tell you how important community is, so what I'm going to do, I have one of our members, we get testimonials all the time, but we did have one that completely stood out. I just want to read this really quick here. I will tell you I've not read it without tearing up, so forgive me if I start to. This is from Stacy. I'm a 45-year-old with a 5-year-old son. I've been diabetic since I was 12 years old. Between my age, diabetes, and being overweight, I was having trouble just getting out of my chair after sitting for an hour. My best friend had started Madisonville CrossFit and was trying to get me to come there to their free class, and I finally gave in. Turns out it was the best decision I ever made, and I have to say I both love and hate my friend, because most days it's awesome and some days it's crazy hard, but you just keep on coming. I've been doing CrossFit for about 5 months and I've lost 14 pounds. But best of all, I've dropped a full pant size. I can get up and down off of the floor without pain and stiffness. I can play with my son and not have to worry about how I'm going to get back up. My range of motion is 3 times what it was when I started, and I have also been able to cut back on my insulin for the first time ever. I've tried other places to work out, and always felt like everyone looked at me like, what's the fat girl doing here? At Madisonville CrossFit, it's not like that. Not only are Rachel and Derek knowledgeable about how to help you get started, they make sure you stay motivated, help you celebrate the small things, and keep you looking forward to the bigger picture without making you feel like you don't belong. I have to say that goes for the whole entire Madisonville CrossFit community. We are a family of people who help motivate and push each other toward a common goal of better living, healthier living, and friendship. I feel like Madisonville CrossFit is a state of mind working towards a statement of body. I'm in it for the fun, I'm in it for the camaraderie, I'm in it for my health, and I'm in it for life. I didn't cry on that one. I can tell you, I've read that probably like 20 times, and I cry every time. That means so much to me. So, yeah. Lots of questions.
Okay.
Questions?
Get it started.
Oh, nobody. All right.
I'll start. Some questions. The future.
Mm-hmm.
You talked about, where you are now, and I've heard, I hear rumors all the time.
Yeah, we're constantly looking at, we're outgrowing our space right now. When we first started out, with about 20 members, which was $50. We're not looking for a ton of members. We are looking for, we want the entire world to be healthy. But right now, we're at roughly about just hitting the brim of 90, so that we're pushing the limits of our facility. We are getting ready to add an endurance group. Derek and I both just went to an aerobic capacity seminar, and we're also getting ready to add a movement and mobility group, because that's one of my certifications as well. So we're both trained in those, and we want to bring those too. In our current facility, we have a space to do one-on-one in the back, but we don't really have the opportunity to do 2 classes at once, which is really what we need to expand to. So we're working on that. Yes, it's cool because we're at that point where we can take the next step, and so we may be moving within the next year to do something different. Whether we stay at the facility and get like a additional spot and work it out, or if we just expand. But yeah, there's a lot of room for growth. We've been very blessed. So yes.
How many square feet you got now?
This is a really good question. I can never remember.
About 3,500.
The actual working space is 3,500. Our back pit area, one-on-one, is I think like 800.
What would be your ideal size building?
If I could dream.
I think I talked to you
Yes,
about a
we
year
did.
ago. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Ideally, we want double, so that way we can run 2 classes. We can run classes very comfortably, but when we have 15 members in there, we have the equipment to do the workout. It's just you start to feel a little bit tighter. So ideally, we want to be able to run 2 classes because we do have 6 trainers, and we want to utilize them. Right now, we are not utilizing our full potential. We have an excellent just group, and members want to do more. We have a lot of people that it's so hard to explain because it's fun to hang out at the gym, like, and you talk to people, and you still get that with these classes. But people really just enjoy being healthier, so they want to work on something. So afterwards, if they want to do like a mobility class after they've worked out and make sure they're really nice and loose and all that kind of stuff, we want to be able to offer that. So having the 2 classes going at once would be really nice. So at least double, about 7,000. Yeah.
First of all, I want to congratulate you because I was reading about CrossFit, and they're actually one of the only, not only, but mostly, for the most part anyways, one of the only fitness lifestyles that emphasizes high-intensity interval training and emphasizes nutrition, which I hear is quite rare.
Yes, it really is. It's a whole encompassing of it, yeah.
So my next question is, with that, and then you talk about how varied your exercise programs are, how much injury do you see in that? And have you all thought about ways to minimize injury as far as?
Absolutely. That's an awesome question. One thing that you do, because CrossFit is a national brand, like, it's really cool how CrossFit does their affiliation. We pay to be able to use the name, we pay to be able to use it, which is great because we can run our business as we want, but in some ways it's also negative because we can have a gym across town and they say run CrossFit completely opposite. So in our particular gym, we are incredibly, I would say, OCD about preventing injury. It's a huge deal to us because we have 2 small ones. We've got a 2- and 4-year-old, so it's a big deal to me to be able to have the opportunity to pick up my kid at the end of the day. So injuries are not even an option in my book. So when people first come to us, they're required to go through a 2-week beginning course where we teach them proper moves, proper form, everything in this, so that they know, like when they do a lift, we even go over what muscle groups you should be feeling sore in, and if you're feeling, you know, say we talk deadlift, so like you absolutely want to feel this in the bottom of your back. If you feel it mid-back, we want you to come talk to us the next day because you're doing something that you're probably arching the back, but we'll also be there to watch you. Anytime deadlifts, we're like a hawk around the gym. Don't round your back. Go ahead and let's go down in weight and let's do this. So the negative to that side is that some CrossFit gyms don't care as much. So we do battle. That is another obstacle that we do face is we do battle where other gyms may not be quite as anal about keeping form, where you hear people like, oh, they got injured all the time. We have had, we've been open, like I said, almost a year. We have had 0 serious injuries. I mean, absolutely anything. We have like had a couple stub toes, you know, or as you're running, you know, you pull a muscle, nothing more. It's fantastic. We've actually, we are very blessed to be, just everybody is very good. Like one of the biggest things we have is you first come in the gym. It's my personal favorite saying. It says, leave your ego at the door. And that means so much when people walk in, because that's really when injuries occur. Like if someone comes in and they're like, oh yeah, I'm totally doing this weight today. We'll be like, oh, okay, that sounds good. And we watch them perform, and if their form is bad, we're like, that's really good in theory that you want to do that. We're going to take you down in weight a little bit. You're going to perfect your form. We're going to get it perfect, and then we're going to come back, add that weight later. But our injury rate, honestly, we are very, very proud of that because it's next to nothing. We do send a lot of sore people to Carroll, however, because we do get a lot of sore people because they work out a lot, but that's a good thing. We like that. We like the holistic healing of massaging and all that kind of stuff. So.
And I want to add to that, when they have a common injury is like, or not injury, but I guess a,
yeah,
how to put it.
Ailment.
Yeah, but when a kind of, I guess, muscly guy that isn't flexible tries to do certain activities, they hurt their lower back. They will pull muscles in their lower back, and they catch that, they know, and they're like, you know, they tell me, come in and you can help me. And I will then like either send them, I've been trying to send them to yoga.
That's right.
Yeah,
More
yoga's
mobility.
so good for it. You know, and I'll find another way. I was like, they want to get back to the gym, so I'll help them figure out how they can work on that. So that, and that's the one that I see the most, I think, is the guys that aren't used to, they don't have flexible hips like women do.
And so like, we send out weekly newsletters, and it's funny that she says that because really what we do is we catch it before it becomes anything. Because I mean, really, most of the time you throw out your back, honestly, you're not lifting heavy weight. You've been down to pick up a pencil. Like it happens to everybody. So the ones we do find like tight backs or anything like that, you know, we ask them to take a day off. Like we are very careful. We are their personal trainers. So we ask them to do it. The newsletter that we sent out last week, though, it's funny you say that, because I had one guy with a very tight back, and so I found this article, and it was in our newsletter to everybody that was check yourself before you wreck yourself, where it's cool if you're getting sore, but it's really important to take a step back and say, hey, I want to work out another day, you know, let's keep going. So it's very nice. Like we're very, actually, incredibly proud of our lack of injury rate. Yes?
Rachel, separate and apart from the core part of what you do, the workout, the CrossFit, the training, have there been any what I'll call business challenges in looking at your model in ramping up, getting started, whether it's access to needed capital, whether it's developing professional relationships, legal, accounting, insurance, banking, etc.
Sure.
What have been the challenges, or personnel, finding the right personnel?
Honestly, I really feel like we have had it crazy easy, and I would just knock on wood. I mean, we really have. I have a business degree from Purdue, so I had a lot of history coming into it, where it was very easy for me to pick up things very fast. We knew where to go, what to do. Financing-wise, we were very blessed just to have the right connections in that, so that was very easy. Derek and I are both crazy talkers, if you can't tell, so making friend-wise and making professional connections was very easy for us as well. The biggest challenge I have had is I knew it all, so I felt like I could do it all. And I can't. And that's been the biggest problem. I am very OCD, I'm very hands-on, so letting things go and getting more automated systems and actually utilizing our great personnel more, because I have a very hard time. We live there, like I coached class at 5 a.m. this morning, so I have been at the gym since 4:20-ish. And I have a personal training tonight at 7. Our last class ends at 8:30. I won't get home till about 9 o'clock tonight. It's great because our kids live at the gym. You will see them. I wish I had pictures. We've got awesome pictures too of all of our members. They know who's going to be there. They're going to be these crazy little fit kids. But balancing that work-life balance is really hard. You know, you don't teach that in business school. You do, but you don't. You don't really touch on that. It's how to run properly and it's how to do it. And that's the part that has been a struggle. Like as a 30-year-old mother of 2, I also go to school full-time in 18 credit hours. I'm finishing up my 2nd degree in a specialization in nutrition, getting ready to go for my master's. So I'm constantly busy, which is great. And I'm blessed to have that. And I'm blessed to have this energy. I swear without CrossFit, I wouldn't have the energy to do anything. But that is hands down the biggest obstacle. And I've been really lucky because we've got a great support system. My family's here in town. Like I said, we've got really good connections like LEI. We can build some things down there if we need it for our facility. And you know, we've got just really good support, but it's tough for me to let it go. That's really what it is, and it's hard. So, but that was my goal for this year, is to really broaden things out and allow myself to do certain things. And even write like checklists on how to close the gym, so I don't feel like I have to go back and check everything, or Derek has to go back and check everything. Little things like that I can ease up. So, but other than that, we've been very blessed. It's been very
recognizing that as an issue and looking at it and saying, how long can I sustain at this level?
Yeah.
And then doing something about that. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's a key.
And really the first 6 months, I wouldn't have recognized it, to be honest. It was, no, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. And then all of a sudden it was, and it wasn't even, I didn't even have to have an epiphany. It was more like I had a lot of, once again, the support system was just so good where little things kept happening. And people just kept saying, hey, you need a break. Even our members, and that's what's so cool. Our members were worried about us. They're like, we know you're here all the time. You do an excellent job. But we know you're here all the time. It's fine, go home. So that was really cool to see other people really recognizing that. Yes.
I enjoyed hearing your letter from Stacy.
Mm-hmm.
When I close my eyes and I think CrossFit, what I've heard, what I see in my mind is a group of highly fit ex-military coming in, working out all the time, and
grunting and throwing things.
Right.
And tired.
And then you read Stacy's letter, and I think, okay, well that sounds like me.
Yeah.
At yoga last night, every one of us in there, but the teacher, you know, Bonnie was at least 20 pounds overweight, and we felt comfortable together as a group because Bonnie made us feel comfortable there.
Right.
In your classes, how do you coordinate your classes? I know you go in and you say, you know, leave your ego at the door. And, you know, Bonnie says we don't judge each other.
Yep.
How do you do that in a group where everyone feels comfortable and wants to come back and work on themselves every day or every week?
That is the best question of the day, hands down. The best thing I can say to that is that I so wish I had my pictures going because you would see our gym. We have 18 to our oldest client right now is 60, 18 to 60-year-olds, fitness all over the map. The great thing is everything can be modified. CrossFit is high intensity. Like she said, it's high intensity training. High intensity is what you make it. My high intensity and somebody else's high intensity are going to be two very different things. If I say, hey, let's pick up something heavy, Carol may be a beast and pick up 200 pounds. Feels totally awesome. She's like, yeah, this feels good. I may say, hey, heavy is 20 pounds for me, and that feels good to me. Say we do a 10-minute workout with that, something heavy. At the end of it, I'm going to be sweating just as much as Carol is because my intensity at 20 pounds was the same as hers at 200 pounds. And that's what, and it's so funny because everybody, we terrify a lot of people with that because if you watch the CrossFit Games, I mean, these people are like Greek gods. They're like animals. It's insane. But we do have all over the map. I don't know if any of you guys know Mike Fry's on at the Guns and Hoses thing. Just a side note, all he did training-wise was CrossFit this year, knocked a guy out in 4 seconds, training for the unknown, right? Pretty cool. Yeah, so explosive power there. But we have Mike Wright and we have my mom, who is 16, working out right next to each other. And neither of them care.
And mine is 55.
Mine is 51.
Okay.
No, he's in his-
you said
Yeah.
He's in his 50s. I thought he was older than me.
And we also do that. And
I was
it's-
impressed now.
Yeah, it's really cool. We have, an 18-year-old working next to you, and it's so weird. You can't explain it other than like what Stacy said. Everybody is so encouraging that it's phenomenal. We have, in our gym rules, they're actually really pretty fun. One of them is have fun. We stress to everybody in the beginning class that our goal here is to make it a lifestyle, make it fun. If you feel scared to come to a class, you'll never continue. So everybody here is really encouraged by everybody else. They think, like my mom is one of our most inspirational members. She is not crazy in shape. She's a phenomenal woman, and she tries really, really hard, and she does a fantastic job. But looking at her, you're not going to be like, whoa, this woman's like She-Hulk, But she's one of our most inspirational ones because people come in and they're like, wow, she is doing that, and she is busting her butt doing that, and she's sweating just right alongside somebody else. The community is what makes it. It's just so much fun. I was telling somebody the other day because it's like high school sports mixed with like a best friends club, mixed with, just really good workout. It just is, and it's so weird. And I told somebody that I was like, the only negative thing I've ever really heard in our gym, especially, because among women, we become very critical of ourselves. We have a no critical rule. Like, you're just not allowed. Things are positive that are said in the gym. But the only negative thing I've ever heard another woman say about each other is, man, someday I am going to be as cool as that to be able to do that. I mean, that's it. Like, nobody says anything negative. Nobody is weird. Everybody, there's always those people at the gym that are like pumping iron in the mirror. You don't have anyone staring at themselves. There are no mirrors in our gym. Absolutely nothing. Nobody cares. Well, in the bathroom you can go, but nobody cares about something like that. And it is. It's so weird, but it's exactly that same thing. And it is. Part of that is the trainer as well. Like, feeling comfortable. Everybody knows. There's a whole lot of encouragement that goes on every single time. Stacy is phenomenal. When she first came in, her mobility for a squat was about 2 inches. She could go to here, and that was it. She now hits 90 and sits in a chair with ease. But even when she was at 2 inches, it was the exact same encouragement as when she is now sitting in a chair. And it's not just from us, it was from everybody else. Everybody else was like, Stacy, that's awesome. And they noticed the little things. Wow, Stacy, you're going down in depth in that squat. That's awesome. Like, the entire class, the first time she did a burpee, which is down on the floor, back up, the entire class was cheered for her, stopped everything, was like, woo, Stacy did a burpee. She's smiling from ear to ear, and it was so much fun because it was a huge milestone. She couldn't get back up without grabbing onto something to pull herself up, and now she can get down with her 5-year-old son. And we see a lot of that, and it's not just that. After my 2 kids, I had very large babies. They're 10-pound babies, so very huge babies. That was a big deal for me. I was that. I couldn't make it upstairs, even though I was incredibly fit. I couldn't make it up without losing my breath. And so everybody needs it, no matter how fit you look. It was very discouraging for me because I couldn't do that. So finding that environment was huge, and it's important to everybody. But yeah, it's something that I totally wish I had the pictures going up behind me because you can see everybody. And I've never seen so many people smile and sweat so hard. Like, it's very funny, but it's possible.
Any last questions?
I'm sure I ran out of time. I told you.
Oh, you're just great. I know. I was just ready for
All right. Let's thank Rachel. Sally, Rachel, we've had 2 great presentations today. Thank you so much. It's always exciting for me to get up on Wednesday morning and think, oh yeah, 1 million cups here in a little while. The energy, the excitement, and seeing people doing cool things and not just waiting for life to happen to them. Look forward to seeing you next week. And I was just checking, I believe our presenter next week is Eric Taylor, who has an online eBay-related business, is the last I've seen on that. So I want to learn more about it. Hope you will too. See you next week.